to stay at the office for a little bit longer. I'm going to switch the camera here in just a minute. First, we got to get started and get on the road. So this is going to be a slightly slightly more eventful drive because we're going to hit a milestone in this car. Let me switch camera and show you. Check out this odometer. 9,965. We have 35 miles to hit 10,000. 35 miles to hit 10,000. I'll bring that up here in a second once we get more people coming in. And my drive home is like 43, 44 miles, so we are definitely going to cross the 10,000 mark on this drive. Shouldn't that bad, 10,000 miles, and it'll be 3 years next month I've had this car. So today's live stream hopefully will not be an hour long, since I'm leaving it as 7:20 local time here. So traffic should be a lot better, a lot lighter. So I should be able to get home quicker because of that. So yeah, I remember I've got to drive normal, drive the speed limit, be as observant as I can be, because while I'm streaming, I cannot have Waze up on my phone because I can't have both. And Waze is a very invaluable tool when driving, and not for navigation, for warnings and stuff. Oh look, a plane. Oh wait, missed it, it's right there. Maybe we'll have another one landing overhead. Hopefully this AC, I don't know if you can hear my AC is, you know, when you first start the car on a hot day, it's like blowing really hard, trying to cool things down. Here we go. That was fun. There's a semi in my way. That's what I'm seeing. Good little long entrance ramp. Yay, fun. I'll get to talking here in a minute. I'm just kind of getting settled into my drive here. I don't know if anybody else is like that, where it's like when you first leave the office or first get on the road somewhere, you feel slightly more amped up or something, or just, I don't know how I'll explain it. Alright, I think I'm settled in now. I'm on the main freeway. Alright, so what are we going to talk about today? I didn't really pick a topic. I know I need to. Hopefully I don't have any connectivity issues, because that's what I had last week. I'm going to go dash cam live here till some people join in. And once we get to chatting, you let me know. I do have a dash cam now right there, so I I don't need this to be my dash cam, but I'll leave it on there. At least you can see what I'm seeing instead of just me. So yeah, I need to figure out a topic. I just don't have one. I don't know. I've been really scatterbrained, and one thing I want to talk about is I know I have not put any videos out. I've been meaning to put some videos out. I haven't even put out video on my on the big showdown I went to. That was April 8th, I think. So yeah, April 8th, big showdown, and I don't even have the video out for that yet. I got all the footage. Part of that is because I want to put out another video that I've had brewing for a very long time. And it's taken me a long time to edit, and I had my first big screw up where I accidentally deleted a bunch of footage. Actually, I've had that screw up before, but this one was big. It had some footage of a hitch that I was reviewing. I was really proud of this footage. It was really good, and accidentally deleted it, so... But I want to finish that before I get the big showdown video done. We'll see how that goes. Big showdown, hopefully. I don't think I should take me that long. It wasn't that great of a day, so the video really shouldn't take me that long to edit, but we'll see. I have a lot going on. More races. Kind of hard because money is super tight this year. Just had the Monster Hemi shootout in Rockingham. I missed that. Looked like it was a fun one too. I wish I could have been there. Look at all the people there, and man, I saw seeing who took the King of the Hill win over there. I would have loved to try and upset that guy, but couldn't do it. And now, like I said, I'm just saving up for sure Hollywood Party in September. Maybe Detroit in August. Other than that, I don't got nothing. No races. But we do have some truck and towing adventures, so you will see some truck vids coming out. One thing at least I can say, my car is dirty, but you guys can't see that. I don't think you can. Not really. I need to wash it. Something I need to do this weekend. What do you guys do for keeping your cars clean? Like, I've had this issue. This car is, like, I want to keep it clean, but then I feel like it only stays clean for 2 days after I wash it. And I'm talking even if it just sits in the garage. I'll wash it, drive it one day, and then I'll sit in the garage, and it just gets dust and stuff. Like, I feel like I might need to get a car cover so that when I wash it and it just sits in the garage, I can keep the dust off it. Because, man, it gets dirty quick. Alright, we had something going on here. Dude Mopar, what's up? Your wife said you get a 1320, but gonna sell... Wait, hold on a second. Wait till the end of the year to see what the economy is going to do. Yeah, I get that. We need a new car too. So, I don't know if you know, I've said this throughout some of my videos and lives. I only have 2 cars in my house. This 1320 and my Ram. That's it. My wife, so technically the Ram is my wife's car, or truck. I got my daughter, it's funny, I have my daughter correcting me, or people when they call a truck a car. But anyway, so we really need another vehicle. But I'm kind of in the same boat where it's like, I kind of want to hold out and just see what happens with the economy. I feel like car prices are starting to finally settle down. I know a lot of dealers are still kind of hanging on to the ADM world and ADM times, so we'll see. Oh, I got coming up here. Hold on. I I think this is like an old fire chicken or something coming up on me. What is this car? Check him out. You'll see him in the camera here in just a second. Right here. Or is that a Camaro? I don't know cars like that. I have no idea what that is. It's either a Camaro or a Firebird. I don't know. Again, I'm a Mopar guy, so I don't really care to know. FX2 Mark. How much weight have you removed? I'm right at 500 pounds, give or take. I'd like to say somewhere about 510 pounds is what I've taken out. So car started at, actually no, more than that. Camaro, okay, I thought it was, I don't know, yeah. Yeah, so my car stock weighed 4140, and one of the last times I weighed it, it was about 3620 roughly, so yeah, about 520 pounds. Wife won't let me run, and the chat disappears off my screens. Let me get back. Wife won't let me run her Scat Pack at the track, so I want one of my own. Oh man, she won't. Hold on, I got a car getting on my ass here. So I had a car coming up on me quick and speed up to get him off my butt. Man, she won't let you race her Scat. That's not right. Maybe get her to see if you get her to race it first, or oh, he's got some funky taillight on this Camaro. It's like a resto mod or something there. Try and talk her into racing it, and if she doesn't know how to race, try to talk her into, convince her to let you show her, which would mean you'd have to race it to show her. I don't know. Yeah, I want to get on a track so bad. They just had a rental last week, but I couldn't make that happen. I was supposed to go Race Wars in June, but something different came up, so that's not happening. I may have some hot summer nights. I may go racing, but not as fun in the summer when it's 3,000 plus DA. She's afraid it'll break, says already have your own cars to run. Cars will break if you don't race them too. They happen, both things can happen. What is this Toyota doing? I feel like it's kind of like cars are like people. So we'll switch. I don't know which way you guys. If you don't exercise, same as body your car, things start breaking down. Things don't start working as good as they should. I've always driven my car super hard, and my engines have always been great. Like I haven't done any crazy like cams and insane mods. But I drive them hard, and they last. Exercise is good for the body and the car. You just got to try and maybe play that angle. Say it's good for the car to race it. All right, check out this Challenger. We have a, I don't know, 10, 11, something, 2014 and below. You have a 66 Coronet and 65 Dart, runs high 8s. Oh hell, you got something. Okay, man, those are a couple badass cars right there. I wish I had some old school muscle. Those are a couple badass cars right there. I wish I had some old school muscle. I would love that, but budget. I haven't made that $1 million app yet, like my father-in-law keeps asking me to do. He's banking a family's retirement on me coming up with some $1 billion app idea. I told him to not. Well, I'd like to see those cars, dude. Mopar. I don't know what area. I don't know if you ever said in any of these whereabouts you live. I don't know if you ever go to any Mopar shows. If you're in a Kentucky area, would you go to Holly Moparty? I'll be there. That is the one race I am for sure going to be at this year. So, Central Florida. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, Central Florida. Well, you can still go to Kentucky in September if you wanted. I know one guy comes up from guy with the blue 1320, Tommy Marauder, Tommy from Moparty. Yeah, because I won't be in Florida racing, not this year. Maybe next year, hopefully next year, but not this year, unfortunately. Speaking of Moparty and 1320s, so this is kind of interesting. I just learned this kind of no-name nationals. I've heard of no-name now. Dude, what's this BMW? Like, really, dude? Hey, Ronald Reyes, Burger King. Yeah, I like a Whopper. You know, my dad always called every fast food burger, my dad just called it a Whopper. So anytime he wanted really a Burger King Whopper. That's what he always did. So yeah, so this was interesting. So this kind of got on one of the Challenger forums. Coronet will probably get the 6.4 drivetrain swap. Oh, that'd be awesome, dude. Them old, the older cars with the Gen 3 Hemi swaps, they run good. Like, I don't know if you pay attention to Modern Street Hemi Shootout. Well, I've had some of my videos at them. There weren't many, but there are more and more constantly, and I feel like Rockingham had quite a few more than usual of older, either like the Dodge 400, old GTX. There's a bunch of guys with them older cars that have the 6.4s or Hellcat, either one. It seems like they take to a very, like, they perform really good in them old cars. Of course, that's one of those things where it's like, if the car isn't all original already, then you might as well do it. Or, I mean, even if it's original, if it's like a original slant 6 or 318, but not like original to the point where it's worth more keeping it that way. But then pretty rare to find all original stuff anyway. Alright, now I gotta get a toy. Dude, I love the 6.4 too. I mean, I love the way it sounds. I love it's big beefy motor, so not quite that of a true old school 426, but I like it, and honestly I think it performs really good. Now it's like I'm on the Dallas North Tollway right now, and people drive crazy on this road. So I gotta watch out for them. They all start coming up on me quick. Yeah, so I just learned Juliette Lewis. I don't know how many of you know who Juliette Lewis is. She's like my age, maybe a little older. That famous actress. So it turns out she owns a Frostbite Blue 1320. Like, it's pretty dang cool. So if you haven't seen, if you're on Instagram, go look up Juliette Lewis on Instagram and go through her posts. She has a couple posts of her posing with the 1320, and she actually like drives the thing apparently, and the way she talks about the car is like a true car person. And in the picture you'll see her 1320 actually has the yellow bananas on them still. And what's really funny is she even acknowledges in the post that she still has them on, and basically says, I don't care what you think, I like them. So she clearly knows enough that people talk crap about those yellow bananas being left on. Juliette Lewis. I don't know how old you are, dude Mopar. I would think you're a little bit older, but, well, like I said, she's probably my age, so I would assume she's like late 40s or something. Juliette Lewis was from Dusk Till Dawn. I mean, she's been in a ton of movies. I can't even name most. Dusk Till Dawn is one that pops in my head, but she was much bigger in the 90s. 90s and probably early 2000s. So yeah, her. She owns a Frostbite Blue 1320. And I had to, just for the hell of it, I mean, I've never got a response, but I actually direct messaged her through her Instagram, be like, hey, you should drive that thing out to Kentucky for Ollie Mo Party, where they have a 1320, class, and we have the largest gathering of 1320s, and haven't heard back from her. Can't say I expect to hear back from her, but figure, hey, doesn't hurt. I'm sure my message is lost within a lot. She has like 1.some million followers on Instagram. But I just thought that was pretty cool that she drives a 1320. Even though it probably hasn't seen a drag strip. She's hard to get. Yeah, I don't think she has to play games like that. And I guess if you're like some Hollywood actress, you probably don't want to drive your car all the way from California to Kentucky, assuming she lives in California. Yeah, if you guys see me doing the over-shoulder look back there, that's because, first of all, habit. I always do no matter what. But also, I don't have a passenger side mirror. So I have to turn around to look. So yeah, right there, see? No mirror. I don't know, but hey, cars in the old days, they didn't all have passenger side mirrors. Some of them only had driver's side mirror to begin with, so not like it's that new of a concept. I'm not sure when they made it kind of one of those like laws or rules that cars have to have mirrors on both sides. Keeps you limber. Yeah, that it does. Actually, I'm glad I could still kind of bend like that. Haven't gotten that old yet. This would be harder if I had all my interior trim though too, because that would cover up part of like the out edges of the windows. So having no trim panels does open things up a little bit more for me. Coronet doesn't have any door mirrors currently. Awesome. I do take off my driver's side mirror when I'm racing for times. When I'm racing for times, I do pull that mirror off because obviously no door trim panel, so without a door trim panel, lower your window down, 3 bolts in a connector, and I can pull that mirror on and off in literal like minutes. So when times matter and every single ounce counts, I will pull that off too. I won't drive on the street without it though. I do need that. I'm not as limber turning around. For the driver's side. Gotta ultra make sure to stay the speed limit as I have been this entire drive. Anytime you see me get on it, I only sped up to the speed limit. That's it. You know, because we're safe drivers here. Keep things legal. But on this road, I do have to be careful because cops are out here all the time. Now I'm about, I want to say 10 minutes from home. Where are we at on this thing? 26 minutes into the live stream. So yeah, traffic, man. I'm doing this new thing, so weight reduction. I need to do some weight reduction on myself because, you know, belly. I don't have that much to lose. I mean, I'm a tall, bigger dude. I got at most 30 pounds I could really lose at most. But I'm trying to lose a little bit so I can get better shape. So one of my things I'm doing, besides trying to eat a little better, doing, you know, getting a little bit more activity, exercise in the morning, I don't eat past 7 p.m. Me and my wife both started this thing because that is the worst time to eat is at night. So that's like a small change that isn't huge and it's pretty easy to do and actually makes a pretty decent difference. Like I wake up in the morning feeling better since I started not eating at 7, after 7. But that also means I don't have to, like, before I was leaving the office to get home at 7 because that's when we had dinner. But now that we no longer have dinner at 7 because of the time, if I got nothing going on or I got work to do, I'll just stay at the office because that staying there about an hour longer means the traffic gets better and I can just cruise right through. I don't get as bad on the road to people, so yeah, I may switch these later live streams and later drive homes. I thought I saw another live chat, must have disappeared. My Coronet doesn't have any door mirror. I thought I saw some coming after that, but maybe not. That's why I should not be looking. We're good, we're good. See, 4-piston, you know, it's funny, I heard people like complain about or ask how to upgrade their 4-piston Brembos to the 6-piston Brembos. And I'm just like, why? You don't need it. Like, these 4-pistons grab pretty damn good. Unless you're into road racing or somewhere where you need the bigger brakes. If you're just driving on the street and or drag racing, yeah, these 4-pistons are more than enough. Don't need no 6-pistons. Saw somebody asking about that for their 1320, and that was even like, I'll tell you, you want to get 1320 people to just blow up, go on like a forum or like the 1320 Facebook groups and mention anything that doesn't contribute to a faster quarter mile but adds weight. And man, people lose their minds. Like ordering a 1320 with a sunroof. Once you order it, well, you know, if you buy with sunroof, there's no need to. But like people come in and ask about changing a 4-piston to 6-piston or lowering a car. Oh my gosh, you do not want to mention lowering a car in a 1320 Facebook group for good obvious reasons. I mean, 1320 suspension is what it is for a reason for drag racing, and it's hard to beat. I mean, obviously the only thing that beats the 1320 suspension besides the Demon suspension is the Demon one. The Demon suspension is the same, so that doesn't beat the 1320. The Demon 170 suspension is the only one better because that is they even said, I don't know the exact differences, but Dodge did say they tweaked the suspension even more. See another Challenger here. I love seeing other Challengers. All right, we had another chat come in. Wonder what a showroom, sorry, stripped down 1320 with just one front passenger seat. Dang it. I really wish these chats would come in. Oh, Flux Capacitor. I didn't even say a different name. No plus bed, no interior. Hold on a second. Hold on, we're about to come to a stop here. I don't know why YouTube, the stream, when I bring up the live chats, it like goes away after like 10 seconds, and kind of hard to read when you're driving. But now we're coming to a stop, so now it is safe for me to look at my screen. Wonder what a showroom stripped down 13 with just one front passenger seat, no plus package, no interior weighs versus a 1320, the loaded plus fancy interior. I didn't get to the very last line. I did. Okay. So, if we're talking showroom stock, not weight reduced, but like what I did. So my car is a base 1320. The only options I got were the $1 seats. So the $1 passenger seat, that's actually in here, and the $1 rear seat, which is not in here, and the hood pins. That's it. I didn't get any other options. No upgraded stereo, nothing at all. So the only version of this car that is more stripped down is the rear seat delete or the true single seaters. My car weighed 4140, completely stock. I took it to a CAT scale. It was like a few days after I picked up this car. I went to a CAT scale with everything exactly as it rolled off the truck. Floor mats. I even had the front license plate bracket that I'd never installed. I had it in a trunk just to get a true, like, from the factory weight. 4140. A true single seater, therefore the only difference is going to be the front and rear seats. The front passenger seat weighs about 60 pounds. The rear seat is good for between 40 to 50, let's just say 50. So that's about 110 pounds right there. So that takes us down to 40-30 roughly. But then also you have to keep in mind that with the true single seaters, they don't have the passenger side seat belt. They don't have any of the rear seat belts. That adds up for like 10-20 more pounds. And there's a few other differences. I don't know. I wish, I've said this before, that's my one regret, is when I bought this car, I wish I ordered a single seater. Mainly because I'd like to find out about the airbags. It's disputed. Some people say an airbag right there. You don't need that. You also technically don't need the one that's right there. But nobody knows for sure whether or not those airbags are actually in the car or not. The wiring isn't there for them, like for the connector part. But it makes sense that they wouldn't be there because they're not needed. But then at the same time, I've also heard that it's one of those things where it would be more expensive for Dodge to change up the assembly line that much more to remove those airbags. That's what I've heard. I don't know either way. I truly do not know. And I wish I had a single seater, because obviously I would find out. I would know by now whether or not those airbags are in here. But anyway, going off reliable sources, I've heard that a true single seater weighs 3,960 pounds, which is 180 less than mine, which is kind of in the right range, knowing how much a seats weigh and the seat belts and maybe a couple other things. Now, the opposite, the fully loaded one, I don't have the exact answer. We should ask Racer X in that video where he kind of butchered the options. He did a video on the 1320 on why it's his favorite scat, even though he then goes on to mess up some of the options that are available. But anyway, that's another topic. The one he drove, that Sublime, that was a fully decked out 1320. It had a sunroof plus package. I mean, it had everything in it. So that was probably the heaviest. So too bad he couldn't run that thing over scale. But I think it's going to be about 4,300 pounds, roughly. So 4,300 on the high end to 3,960, about 340 pounds. That's a pretty good difference. So that's why the fully loaded 1320 guys have trouble breaking 11s, or they can still break 11s no problem, but they can't do it as easy as a non-fully loaded 1320. Because 340 to 400 pounds, we know that makes a big difference. I mean, I drop 500 pounds and I'm consistently low 11s in a lot of different weather types, and obviously we all know I've hit my 10.9. All right, we had a couple chats come in. Let's see where we're at. Sorry. Yeah, I went with just passenger seat. And oh man, I appreciate flux capacitor. That wasn't a long question. It's all good. Yeah, plus I'm looking at this tiny little phone screen right here. They took hood pins off last week due to shortage of back orders set from you. Dude, are you on Challenger Talk? Is it Challenger? No, one of the Facebook groups. Somewhere in either a Facebook group or hold on, someone's got to go. Oh, Dude Mopar, got to go. Have a great night, great weekend. Oh, Dude Mopar, hope I didn't miss you. I've gone already. If you're not, good seeing you. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Okay, so yeah, I know somebody mentioned on either the Facebook group or Challenger Talk, I can't remember which one, asking about the hood pins, and that looks like they came up. But I've been hearing lately because I'm in all those things, the Challenger Talk and Facebook groups and all that, and I've been hearing rumblings from more than just the 1320 world of Dodge cutting back on some of the options because they're starting to run out of parts. Like I heard someone said the shakers, other than like the shakedown package and the ones that those last call editions that are shaker versions, I heard they cut back on, or they stopped taking orders for that for a little bit. Maybe they've come back with, I don't know, but I've been hearing they've been doing it with a few different options, cutting some out to make up for part shortages. And I don't know how true that is. It's just what I've been hearing through the old rumor mill. Oh, manual trans comment. Yeah. Okay, so that was you. Okay. Yeah, everybody picked up on the manual trans comment, and then I heard him kept talking about you have to pay the $1 to get the extra seats, even when you've paid the $1,800 or $2,000 it is for the plus package. And I can say I haven't been in these groups for a long time. Interior options have been a very confusing thing, and it's understandable. Dodge makes things very confusing, especially when they're like, no, the 1320 is its own car. Then no, it's not. It's a Scat Pack and this and that. But then you have options you can get on Scat Packs that you can't get on 1320s. These seats, obviously, there's no B, because you can't have the Scat Pack B because the 1320s have an Angry B. But I guess Dodge didn't want to pay the money, or it wasn't cost effective for them to add the Angry B to just the 1320 cloth seats. But I've heard people jump in, they'll get the cloth seats, and they see other Scats that have the B in it, and they're like, where's the B? And gotta tell you, well, the 1320 doesn't have the B. Just on the fenders. On the fenders, the inner headlights, instrument panel badge, obviously on the cluster when you start up, the key. I think that's it. All right, we are almost home. B stitching would have made, yeah, maybe that's it. Those few extra threads and the B, however they embroider that on there, would have been weight. Yeah, I do think, I'm pretty sure that fully loaded out one. Oh, is that a Grand National? I'm not a Buick guy either, but kind of, actually, camera's probably too far out. Grand National or some kind of Buick. Don't know much about them. I had a old friend of mine a long time ago, loved Grand Nationals. He eventually bought one. I got a respect of mine for 1987. Grand National was the fastest thing you can get out of an American factory for that year. So you gotta respect that. Where are we at? Okay. Come on. All right, people, go. I'm about to just go around you. Okay, well, you're not moving anyway. This light right here sucks. Yeah, people going slow or don't, and that light doesn't last very long. But anyway, all right, what are we going on? 41 minutes, and I am like less than 3 minutes from home. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing these later live streams because I like having less traffic. It does mean my streams don't quite hit that hour mark like usual, but less traffic is better for my sanity. Getting some spots to open it up to the speed limit, right? So anyway, we're gonna have to get off here in just a second. We'll just wrap it up right now. So thank you guys for joining me. I know I've been kind of inconsistent with these as of late. Last week had the connection problems. Week before that, I don't even want to get into that. Or was it, maybe it was the week before that. I don't even remember. And then today I'm later than usual. But you guys still jumped in, so I appreciate that. I promise I'll get more regular videos out. One way or nothing, one way or another, it will happen. And so with that, I will see you next week, Thursday, probably about the same time. Thank you, Flux Capacitor. And with that, bye.